So the most hyped games, like we call it the blood round. In okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go to the blood round.
No,
Some
go
of the
ahead,
most
go ahead.
hyped
We're
games
setting up.
will be the losers playoff bracket. Those will be some of the craziest games because it'll be teams who are facing elimination and playing for a chance to get onto the final stage, right? So those will be some of the most wild games where so much will be on the line that there are going to be some explosive games. But that's not
So
for many weeks. So
we are into this game now. I'm excited to see the way this turns out. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, maybe the teams, they're taking it pretty standard. They don't want to risk anything too crazy, but we haven't seen any invades, really. And as I'm saying that, we do see...
We have a 5-stack here
Yeah.
for red side. That's York. Will be spotted out, so I doubt much more will happen. And the thing I will point out about these two team comps going to each other is you have Jinx and Cassidy on the same team. And when you draft Cassidy in 5v5, you're basically giving up the priority or tempo you could otherwise have in mid lane, right? With something like who can push and move, like Galio, for example.
Yeah.
So what that means is it's going to be hard for Cassidy to show up to the first or maybe even second Drake fight and actually do anything. The champion does not do much till 6. At 6, still doesn't do much.
Yeah, even then, you're looking for what? He's looking for the late game. Once you hit level 16, you get that third point into the ultimate. That's when you really take the... Cassidy is a powerhouse if you get to that point and you're not behind and you're ready. Honestly, I'd like to see it get there.
And you can say the same for Jinx. They're almost like similar to each other in their respective fields. Like for Jinx, instead of 16, it's just 3 items, and then she kind of gives a similar feel, like she can take the game over. But when you draft these two hyperscaling champs, you're actually sacrificing a lot of early game priority and control to have these champions in your wheelhouse. And the way they make up for this is by drafting Olaf. And that tells me Wrecked. Everywhere Wreck goes is where Kent State's play has to happen. Otherwise, their comp will get just outclassed by the champions of York. But we might see a calmer start than some of the past games.
We do see the opposite start here again from the junglers.
Yeah, jungle's pathing away from each other. This is probably Set avoiding Olaf, if I had to guess. So he'll go red start, he'll go down, and he'll want that bot crab. Because if you mirror path Olaf and you run into him at crab, he will just smack you. So if you're Set, you avoid Olaf and go ahead and trade camps. But we'll see Set invading on the Raptors. Already good stuff here from Player Power. Just taking this Raptor camp shows me he has a good understanding. Like, why not assume Olaf would take that? How does he know Olaf goes red and then top 3 blue camps? You know what I'm saying? Like, they have information and they have game plan knowledge. And it could be that ward on Raptors. Was that Galio's ward after wave number 1? If it was, that shows me the coaching staff for York gave them a game plan to get Flare Power 3 quadrants worth. But we see Olaf responding with Flare's chicken. So some high-level jungle stuff, in my opinion, here going on.
If you're this Olaf, are you heading over to... Okay, so it looks like he's just going to go for the scuttle.
You go Crab, Krugs, and maybe top. The only thing is your top's not a winning matchup. If you had Renekton, you go Crab, Krugs, top, and dive. But after Crab, I'd be surprised.
Both junglers leaving up 1 Raptor, it looks like, based on the minimap.
Yeah, pretty mirrored stuff. And Set did just take Krugs, right? So if Olaf doesn't go get those Krugs, he'll end up behind a camp. He'll go ahead and recall. The reason he doesn't take Krugs, if I had to guess, is because Aatrox is actually the stronger champion at this stage of the game. He doesn't want to rely on Mundo to back him up if he were to get into a sticky situation at Krugs. A lot of that Krugs take comes down to 2v2 oftentimes. Because remember, he doesn't know exactly where Set is, and it's common for Set to have reset and run his Krugs at that time. And Olaf, despite being an insane early champ, he maybe just doesn't want the 2v2 with Mundo
They're
by
just
his
trying
side.
to play it slow, feeling like more in control and not taking those risky plays. They know now it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Last game was really in favor of Kent, and so they want to take it a little more cool here. I think, both teams.
Yeah, and
Secure. They're both here to win. They're both looking to secure this win. Not going too crazy on it.
right. Not putting it all on the line on someone jungle camp without proper information.
Yeah.
You're definitely right. And if you are the side of Kent State and you have the Caston and Jinx, you're chilling.
Yeah, you're trying to chill. That's the game plan. So we do see Set moving in towards mid now, but...
Yeah, mid's in a tricky situation where his wave has passed the river, and he will just recall, even though his wave's not in the best spot. Now that Galio clears out those 3 casters, Galio's wave is actually going to push into Caston. The only thing is he's out of mana, so he might just soak this wave. He might TP soon. Either way, he does not want to see Set.
We do see Olaf starting the dragon here. I would like to see
York
so
this
maybe
is
put
massive.
a little pressure on the dragons this game.
This is huge. You just win by default because of Cassidon Jinx, I think, here. You get Galio there first. And, yeah, it's just smart by Kensei not to contest that, I think. Once they commit TP, you actually win out on the top half of the map there.
Because now you still have TP on the Cassidon and the Mundo. So.
Right, exactly. So if you win something and you are the Jinx cast team, you don't want to have your cake and eat it too and also contest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So giving that one up, par for the course when you draft these 2 champions. But as Olaf, you're kind of gritting your teeth when that Drake goes down because you're Olaf. You're like, come on, let me just swing at these people. But yeah, definitely more of a calm early game from these 2 teams. Bit of tension building, don't you feel it?
Oh, I'm feeling it. Trust me. It's got me sweating in my seat. Let me tell you. Your man is drenched right now.
And we see Cassidon here cannot even like short trade with Galio.
But we do see the Olaf coming in, so
they don't want this to be too because Cassidon is just free. But Olaf is so strong here too. Cassidon will go down first to Set, and Olaf should go down too as well. He's not that strong. So you're 2v2ing with your Cassidon who does nothing.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. The play kind of came out slowly, but it was good to see that. You know, I wanted to see, like, York needs to get that lead right now and try and end this game, you know, as quick as possible. Otherwise, they're going to be in a sticky situation.
Yeah, and it's doable. And it's Flare Power again popping off on this Set on his birthday.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let him get it again.
I am too. He's winning these skirmishes over for this team. And, yeah, it doesn't translate into a win 100% of the time. They lost last game. But that winning that skirmish has huge implications for the rest of the game. You just get the gold onto the Set. Now is Olaf going to fall behind? Do you not have that early game Olaf? Now your early game is complete garbage if Olaf is not online because you have Caston and Jinx. Mundo, where is your CC other than Bard? I see weaknesses coming out of Kent State's comp, and I hope they don't find themselves in a position where they're just like praying that Caston and Jinx win them the game, because that's not how you get wins over experienced teams like York here.
Yeah. And we kind of talked about it before with his champion pool, but we have Chicken Delivery up on the top, and you know he hasn't really, you know, made any spectacular solo plays. He's kind of been just, you know, doing what he needs to do in the top lane, trying to control his lane, getting his farm, and trying to play with the team. I know we were saying kind of we wanted to see something a little more
carry oriented.
Yeah, carry oriented coming out from him. Unfortunately, we're not going to see that. Will we see it later in the league? I don't know. Or is this going to be his, you know, general pool he's trying to get his hands on? Is like the Aatrox. I'm sure if any team lets that GP slip by, he's going to snag it. But
I would hope so. I think if you have GP gap in 5v5, it's extremely valuable, as I've already mentioned. But going into this, it looked like he played champions like Set, Ornn, Renekton, these like kind of meatball 5v5 champs. So Aatrox, not too surprising. The fact that he went to it twice as counter pick is a bit surprising. But they did get the win, if I'm not mistaken, right? Last game he was on.
Last game
he was on Renekton and they lost.
Yeah.
When they won, he was on Aatrox.
Yes.
Yes, because he was able to actually smother the carries of the enemy team. So 1-0 in the league on this Aatrox. And yeah, he he needs to show us why he keeps going to it, but so far so good.
Yeah. So if I'm York here, I'm really thinking about, okay, like what is our next play? I'm really looking at that Ocean Drake that's coming up in about 55 seconds. The last few games, they kind of let Kent get carried away with the brain fart here. The objectives, the neutral objectives here for like the Baron dragon. Last game we saw first 4 dragons went over to Kent and none over to York, if I'm correct. So
yeah, I just don't think that'll be the story here because of the champions that
that's
they
what I'm
have.
thinking. I think they need to prioritize those objectives here, knowing that this Jinx and the Cassidy can't respond as, and they're not going to be as impactful.
Yeah, definitely. So with Drake coming up in 15 seconds, we see a bit of aggression in mid and
barely
4 members.
Away there.
4 members of York here ready to set up. I don't think it's contestable, but eyes on Olaf here. If anyone is going to do anything for them, it's going to be like Olaf Bard setting up Jinx type situation. Other than that, you can't expect Keston to do anything other than what we're seeing here. And Aatrox even coming down just to make sure it's free. He will... Aatrox flirting in the mid lane, but he might walk down if anything breaks out. We see Kent State is posturing as if they are going to look for a steal or a contest. I don't think they want that smoke.
Yeah, so I wonder if we'll see the Mundo TP come out here. He does still have it up, but they're just going to let the Dragon go over to YU.
Yeah, so giving up second, not the end of the world. As a Cassidy team, you kind of expect that, but if you look at the 2 Drakes that are down now, Cloud and Ocean, we should know what soul it is. From the way the map looks, it looks like a mountain. Yeah, it will be Mountain Soul. That's just a stat ball soul that you don't want to see. But when you have double hyper carry, it's not anything that auto wins the game for the side of York. So York still, it's up to them to... Oh, we see Ezreal shifting in aggressively, and I think Bard will go down here to the Conqueror autos of Ezreal, but might get traded back by Jinx. That's pretty big for the game.
TPs coming
Another TP in. That's actually a wasted TP by Chicken, unless the Galio can come here and set him up, but yeah, Chicken will just TP down just to get some minions and then have to walk away. A 1-for-1 trade. You're getting a kill on your Ezreal, but also a kill on your Jinx, and I'm seeing a 23 farm lead for Jinx. More importantly, she can crash the wave she's working on now, and Ezreal might not be able to pick it up. He can fall behind even further.
So, in that play there, though, if Chicken did not take the TP bot, could the Mundo and Jinx have progressed that play even further onto the Nami and picked up another kill?
Okay, so you're saying it's a preventative TP and it got some value in the sense that it may have saved a life or two. You could be right. Just as a top,
but it's
using
not necessarily
that,
like the TP can have more impact in other scenarios.
it could, but I don't disagree that they got something from it. So I shouldn't say a waste there. But as a top, you'd like to use that spell and get something out of it, something you can walk away with in your pocket ideally. But well, he does stay bot, and that is the
and they did pick up the
rotation.
dragon, so
and he'll get
the
a
next
plate.
Drake is up in 3 minutes. So, what is the timer on that TP? It won't be up before then, but.
And I think something Kent State could have done, if you're going to concede the first 2 Drakes, you should look to get a Herald in the meantime. If you know they're going to force stack in the river at Drake, why not just send your Olaf and your Bard up, grab that Herald, and trade something? Now they're in a situation where York can cycle these objectives. Dragon, Dragon, Herald, Dragon, Herald. That's not what you want to see, because if you give up 2
Heralds... You should have taken it before they were in the position. Like, now Dragon is down. Now the
play is Herald, yeah. As we see Jinx chunking Ez down to actually 1. Galio will come in on top of Seba. Olaf can just roar and run away. Aatrox will win this, but it will take him too long. So I would rather see what's going on the top side.
Yeah, so we are using the directed camera through the league, through the league client.
Olaf in a bit of a scuffle here. No ulti, so will get taunted here. But he kind of wants this fight. A lot of it's about the Jinx, who dodges that bubble nicely. And actually huge burst from Cassidy here. But the set is massive. He just punches people down. Olaf will go down too. That's a double kill. I think flash from set. Galio soloing out Jinx. Not sure if he has the damage to actually get her, unless she's
Cassidy,
has no
though, picking up the S.
Cassidy picking up S, but will go down.
I don't think he can handle the 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 W for Flare Prior, who's 5-0 on this set. Get this man off this champion.
Yo, get him this birthday dub, guys.
Yo, this man needs like a set cake.
Yeah, hey, somebody in the chat hook that up. Let's get this man a set cake for his birthday, guys.
No, but seriously, great performance on the set. If not for his efforts, you might be scared that Cassinan has 2 kills and Jinx is
definitely. But we 5-0 on the set right now.
Effortlessly.
He is up 23 farm now, 22. So looking pretty good for him. If he could take this lead and roll it into the game and pass some of those kills off, like to some of the other players and let them scale, like let's say the Galio or the Ezreal, things are looking really good for you.
Yeah, and not to mention Set actually gets Herald amidst all that. I missed who exactly got it and when he picked it up, but getting first 2 Drakes and Herald. So Flare Power doing everything he needs to do when he's up against this Cassid and Jinx comp, and even into Olaf, a champ who can square up with him in the early game. He pulled ahead, and I don't think that's the case anymore, but eyes on this 3rd Drake here. This 3rd Drake could be very important. And,
dropping the Herald mid here. Will they get this tower? It does look like we do have all 5 members from both teams near the mid lane.
I think it gets cleared out. And now that they know all 5 are here, they don't need to check anything, really.
Yep, I think all 5 are here for Dragon. Dragon's up in 5 seconds. It's going to be a Mountain Drake.
Yeah, nothing to trade back. So here goes a 5v5 where, Kent State wants it, but they don't necessarily need to fight it. They could wait on their Jinx and their cast to get more levels and items, but we'll see how they do. If I'm Ken, I'm apprehensive about getting Ace here, and I will give Drake before I'll get Ace. But they're going to posture as if they're going to contest here. But already...
Oh, the Galio play here.
Already it's control York. This fight should go York here as Olaf goes down rather effortlessly. We see the Aatrox doing a bit of work. Jinx is alone and behind. Cassidy will get an execute on Nami and actually Bard Portal out. And,
and the flash
Q flash on to Jinx here. She should go down. Your Jinx is literally solo playing, like making a solo, like flanking almost.
And we do see, okay, he's leaving now, but it did look like Cass was sticking around. Wasn't sure what his plan there was. But they're going to take the Dragon. Let's look at that play again. It was a pretty big fight.
Yeah, so
I'd like to see the combos out there.
This was just after. Okay, so this will reset.
It will replay for us here in a minute.
So eyes on Olaf goes down so for free because Galio taunt gets him so much, and then Aatrox with ulti here actually just AoEs the team down. And then you see Jinx's positioning here. It's like she's on flank. Pretty easy for Aatrox just flash on her, and then she's dead.
I think the mistake there from the Jinx was like, at that point, you're too far out of the fight. Your team is going down. Like, why are you sticking around? Just get out of there. The fight's already lost. You kind of gave that kill away for free. Like, right there as she's walking up, it's already over.
Yeah, definitely. Just if I'm the coach of Kent there, I'm just don't be there at all because you're alone in the river on a flank. Like, you need to be, kind of
That's not your role as Jinx.
It's not the way to get the most value out of Jinx. And I think that Drake in particular, I think, was givable for the side of Kent. No one ever likes giving 3rd Drake. But if you're going to give 3rd Drake, it's because you're waiting on your Cassin and Seraphs, you're waiting on your Jinx to get rapid, you're waiting on level 16 for Cass, which won't come before 4th Drake, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're double hyper scaling, so you could afford to possibly just give that 3rd Drake, look to get something else on the map, and then revisit in 5 minutes, and then when the 4th Drake, it's kind of on. Bit of a neutral lane state here as we see both mid laners on the top side, but Set, Flare Power always making the difference in these side lane plays. It seems like these players are often half asleep when they side lane into each other and don't expect the gank. So seeing Set run up there, I feared for Kessin's life, but then I remember he just kind of R out. But then we see Aatrox will win this matchup pretty much until 3 items where Mundo just runs away and throws cleavers at him.
Yep.
But he can definitely look for pressure here.
Gank coming in, but it is going to be a 2v2.
Really nice read by Flare.
Yep. A smart play to back off there.
Yeah. If they overcommitted, Flare would have definitely been punching people, and I think it would have gone.
So bot tower going down soon. I wonder if we're going to see the Aatrox try and make a play here on Mundo and take that tower. Big Q damage from Ezreal there.
Yeah, it's okay. So I told you I'd tell you. All right, he is going the Frozen Fist build. So you're looking for a Death Dance third, and then the champion just evolves, and it's pretty insane. He's like, Aatrox will... Okay, Aatrox is on his team. Cassidy will still be able to clap him, and Jinx can still, like, 3-auto him.
Yeah,
but he's, like, surprisingly
get
tanky once he gets Death Dance and Frozen Fist. So, but like I said earlier, it's all on Laser King. If he's a great
Frozen
Ezreal...
Fist? You mean Iceborne Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Iceborne Gauntlet.
I understood what you meant. Chat may have not, but I have not, I have not heard it be referred to that before.
Did it used to be called that or something? Like, why do I call it that?
But it is a Frozen Fist, so.
I mean, hey, it worked. It's up to Laser King. If Laser King is an outstanding Ezreal, once he gets those 3 items, the landscape of the game might completely change.
Yeah, and they were taking it away from him earlier in that game. Do we see on his OPGG Laser King putting down Ezreal games, or like did they take that away from him on purpose, or did they take that away from him because it's a meta pick?
It's every AD has played a ton of Ezreal at this point, so it's both. It's meta, and I'm sure he has plenty of games on Ezreal. Ezreal is such a versatile and safe champion. If you play AD and you've been playing for the last 6 months and you haven't picked up Ezreal, you're
doing something wrong.
You're doing something wrong. So,
we see that.
No matter what the OPGG says, I'm banning Ezreal if that's my prerogative.
So not gonna be able to catch the Aatrox there. Looked like maybe they'd have a chance, but red buff going over to Jinx. Galio looking like he's going to get top tower here. I don't know if that wave will be cleared out before, but I don't think so. So it's going to be...
Everyone's just playing Soul.
Yeah, it's going to be 2-0 towers for York, and they're looking to get this dragon. It's going to be a Mountain Drake up in about 35 seconds. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah, so Ezreal with Iceborne Gauntlet and Seraph, so he's on his 2-item spike. Aatrox a really strong champion here, and that set is 6-0. The Galio is also massive. Who are we keeping our eye on in this fight to
it's
even
hard
win
to
it for
say.
Kent?
I think we're gonna look at the Jinx, but she.
A 4-man Bard ulti. Can they do anything with that? Not really, other than deny them from this pit. But keep an eye on Chicken. Will he flank here? He kind of face checks too. As we see Galio going in onto the Kassadin, who Rift walks away, but then we'll go down. So will Ezreal right off the rip. This goes to York. That's gonna be Soul. What do they look for? In addition to what should be a free Soul. Wait a second, Jinx responding with rockets will take down the set. This means no jungle for the side of York. And now do they even try and Baron, or are they risking the Olaf running in there and smiting it?
I think they're gonna. I don't think unless they get this Olaf, I think they're gonna let the dragon go. But I think they
Delivery's
need to
alone
stay
again
and defend it and make sure that they don't get it. They want that dragon. If they stick around and they can stall it out and keep it from Kent, I think that's the play.
Yeah,
it looks
really,
like they're gonna base.
So eyes on Ezreal in this situation. If he can string together like 5 or 6 Qs that actually land, he can turn the tides of this 3v4 situation. And we have a TP coming in. So we're looking at 3v4, no, 4v4 right now. 5v4 as Mundo comes in. That might have been a double TP. Galio's the focus, and so is Mundo, who goes down faster. Because of Hourglass, Mundo I think goes down right now. They both trade lives, but Jinx aggressing on the backline will be able to auto down Nami, but might trade her life for it. Actually backs out, set running down Jinx, but Jinx flashes away. They do find the Nami. The set's big, and the Ezreal can kite, but blue team wins this. This is Kent's team fight win, but Drake goes over to Kent as well, so they're able to pull it out.
Them. Kassadin picking up a few kills there. He's now 6-3. The Jinx there, when you said she flashed, she actually went through the Bard portal to dodge that Q that would have killed her.
Oh, you're
Ezreal.
kidding.
What a play.
Could we replay that possibly?
Yep. We're going to bring this up now. It does look like...
eyes on Jinx here.
Let's give it 1 second here before I replay that. Looks like Kent is going for the Baron here as well.
True.
This is big plays.
Looking
good for them. They're starting to get closer and closer to that late game. They're starting to scale. Kassadin 6-3. Got that dragon. Now picking up the Baron.
It actually looks so rough for York now. And it's just so sad to say that.
Let's take a look
at
that team fight again.
Yeah, so I was watching Jinx during the fight because she actually started autoing the Nami and the Ezreal, which is just insane to see her walking through that choke while all the frontline members are busy. And we see Kassadin actually getting a ton ton of work done as well.
So we are seeing the end of this fight. It is going to replay now. Right there.
She does bar portal. I thought it was a flash.
Right here, she's going to get the barred portal. Right here. Boop.
Oh, true.
What a play.
Yeah, that was after hitting Nami and Ezreal with a few crits and, sneaking out with the bar portal. So, Delivery Man and Kondrax making this Jinx Bard pair look like it has synergy I never knew about.
Yeah, it made me the play right here.
Give the Jinx the mobility to dodge skill shots.
Check out those leaps. I mean, come on.
Yeah, no doubt.
Stylish.
They look like the things in the claw machine from Toy Story.
Oh, they really do. That's funny.
These things are chill.
I can't. Does anybody remember what those are called? Chat, let us know.
Okay, Aatrox's ulti, he's tired of getting bullied by a Kessin who might run out of mana if he uses R too much. Here we go. Flare Pyre, you can almost bet your bottom dollar this guy would show up first.
Olaf showing up now.
Yeah, Kessin, too big of a threat, and he's a level away from what someone consider an auto win.
And he has the blue buff on him, so he's not really too worried about his mana here.
The way his R works is his cost goes up with consecutive usages, which means it could get to a point where they each cost 1,600. So despite having blue buff, he could run him. But Kessin players understand this, and they let that reset, and they get about like 8 of them or something.
Yeah, he let it reset there. Was at about half mana pool. Just chilling out, letting it regen, and now he's still on the push.
Yep. And, man, you have Jinx casting in, and you're ahead now.
It's looking really not good for York here. Okay.
So we see a full court press here, all 3 lanes with Baron buffs on them, actually except mid right now. And it looks like Kent State's like, we're not going to try and end or even break base with this Baron. We are just going to scale. And I like this commitment to scaling here. The thing is, for the next 3 Drakes, you're in a position where if the enemy team gets it, they get soul. If you get it, you just get a mountain. So I see that as an uphill battle in the value that each team is looking at when they take this Drake. Because all you need to do is steal one if you're Flare, and now you have this mountain soul buff. But as I was saying earlier, your Jinx is 3 items. Your Kassadin is 16 3 items. He's 15. Your Kassadin's almost 16 3 items. That mountain, realistically, in my opinion, is not going to do that much to these 2 champions in particular. If it was a closer game comp-wise and damage profile-wise, I would say, wow, this mountain is massive in this game. But I think in this game in particular...
But it's pretty minimal as far as like the champs that they have on the side of Kent. They're hitting their points to just be unstoppable, honestly.
And that's what matters most here.
We're looking at 3 items and boots done from the Kassadin with 240 farm. I mean, this guy is about to be out of control. He is now level 16. So
there it is.
It's not looking good.
No, and I don't actually see an answer for the Kassadin for the team comp of York. Some champions that can answer him that come to mind are like, I don't know, Malzahar, Camille can lock him down. Something with like Warwick can maybe fear him and then arm. That's a random champ to think of, but guaranteed CC where you can actually burst him. They don't really have anything other than Galio Taunt that you can rely on hitting the Kassadin with. And then Ezreal as a marksman doesn't really deal with him the best because, you can Arcane Shift over a wall, but Arcane Shift is Kassadin's middle name.
Damn. Kassadin Arcane Shift. We don't know his last name, but
yeah,
that's a mouthful.
He can Arcane Shift is nothing to him. He does that in his sleep. He riff walks. That's just a different level. And so we had 2 of these.
So I really like. So what is the play here for Kent to just close out this game? I mean, do they really care to stall it out, or are they going to try and make a play on the upcoming objectives? I mean, we have Baron up in a minute. The Mountain Drake's not up for another 4, so...
They play Baron, and they can play 3 lanes if they want, because your Kassadin will get to a point where no one champion can stop him, so essentially you just split the Kassadin. Mundo, not so much, but he has TP, so he can for example, he can go into top lane, Casting can go into bot lane, and then the rest of them just chill mid. Now you have 3 lanes of Baron buffs, and you just kill the base that way. And if no one assists, let's say Galio goes to stop Cassidy.
Yeah.
If no one assists Galio, Cassidy will just clap him and take the turret and win the whole game. So I think it's really, if Kent makes a big mistake, York can win this. But if they just play Baron and then they play 3 lanes, they should be able to close it out.
Like, if they don't do anything too drastic, that could turn into a misplay. Like, they've got the game in the bag.
Yeah. Most people would tell you this is auto win when you have these.
So he is going to go over here and get some damage down.
Yeah, and sadly he can kind of do whatever he wants and get away with it. And you hate. Oh, a nice 4-man Bard ult. That seals the deal because you know what? That gives the rest of the team time to just collapse here. And that Bard ult is so massive. It's just cleanup duty here. That Caston's still alive. He will rip off over. And Kent State, Condurex on Bard. Straight pwned.
Yeah, he really did.
These guys, delivery man, quietly just putting on a show. Erect.
Gonna run him down.
Doing the dirty work on Olaf.
I don't give a shit, man. I'm a meatball.
Dude.
Going in.
Yeah. They went in, and with this comp, I really got to give them credit to give those 3 Drakes and then turn the game and win it.
So
that is so hard to actually do.
Let's take a look at this game-winning fight here. I mean, let's be real. Cassidy here, so slippery.
Yeah,
getting away just like, by the hair on his chin just a few times here.
What sucks is that to start this play, Caston just absolutely busted, and we saw that happen. So he gets a free 1 for 0 and gets out. But then the 4-man Bard ulti just seals the deal. And it's just cleanup after that, and we have Kent State taking the series over York 2-1. So we have best of 3 first game on stream, and it'll go to Kent State. Just a dominant performance here, like making a statement in this league for everybody to see. They're here to take it all. They're here for the byline.